We made over $100,000 in 8 minutes.
That was a good day.
What?
It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Have you talked to like Trump or anything about getting like an exemption on apparel?
There was a letter written to the administration with us and us and Roback came together.
Is there anything that like you think people believe about Good that is not true?
You want to just go down the Reddit page? Like, where do you want
Sure.
to start?
I mean, yeah. What's like the craziest like rumor?
Let's
that
go look
you?
up Reddit.
I guess I really don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Welcome back to another podcast. What episode is this?
Not the poop episode.
Not
We're
the poop
leaving that
episode.
in the
yeah,
ba-
we're leaving
in the
that one in the
past.
past.
This is episode 9.
What's the poop episode?
We
Don't
don't
worry
need to
about
get
it,
into
Matt, yeah.
We don't need to get into it. So today we're actually featuring the CEO of Good, Matt Kendrick. Welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. We got a lot of
Waited
spicy.
my whole life to be here.
We got a lot of spicy stuff to talk about, Mr. Kendrick. We really do.
Some deep rooted questions.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Open book.
Am I ready?
Audio?
But I do want to ask before we kind of get into the spicy stuff. From your perspective, what did you see like going down? Like, why did we get together and go to the Haywire that one night? Why did we start Good in the first place? Like, what was the vision behind you guys for like wanting to start Good?
Does anyone know what you're talking about?
Yeah, because everybody has heard me talk about like how quote unquote Good started and like where it came from, and I have mentioned Kendrick a lot, obviously, but I kind of want to just hear it from your perspective, like from the like there was a lot of people involved. Initially we met you at a golf tournament, me and Micah.
We met at Topgolf.
Yeah, that's right. We met at Topgolf.
That was the night of the Haywire story.
Correct.
Okay.
So do you want to like just walk me through why did you want to start Good in the first place? Like what was the vision behind it, I guess?
Well, at that time I was running Guggen Squad, which I'm sure a lot of probably viewers know and listeners know, but I mean basically kind of the same concept of what we're doing with Good, but I'd also loved golf like way more than I loved fishing and hunting. I loved fishing and hunting, but golf has always been number one. So, and for a long time I had tried to figure out like how do you like recreate something like Guggen Squad or something similar in the golf space and build like really cool golf brand that everyone loves and something that it was a dream of mine for a long time to build a golf brand. So, I think I guess when we met, it just was kind of the perfect time of like looking at what's like the next thing and what could we do in golf, and like meeting you and Micah it was me and Rob Turkla, Lunkers TV. We came and we were going to play in the golf tournament. I don't remember what golf was, a PJ Memes golf tournament the next day or something like that. And he had like a pre-party at Topgolf and we wanted to keep the party going. So I said, well, hey, let's go over to my favorite restaurant over here called Haywire, which is just down the street. And I think you guys were all looking up. You're like, it's closed. It's closed.
Yeah, we were, because I was driving separate from you. And we pulled it up on the maps, and I was like, what do you mean, Haywire? This place is literally closed. And I called you, and I was like, what's going on? You're like, just go there. Trust me. Like, okay, are we about to get kidnapped by this by this man? So
we show up. It is closed. They let us in. We go upstairs. They're like cleaning the kitchen, right? They're like, they are shut down. And they give us a table. We sit down, and they were like, basically, they opened it. I think actually Rob ended up like cooking our steaks for us in the back.
Pretty much.
On the
what?
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what happened.
Yeah. So we kept it going that night, and then it went late, and I don't know how late it went. Yeah, we made it to the golf tournament the next morning for right on tee time, and had a great day.
We did. Well, a few things you left out of the story. The chef. So when we showed up at this place, Haywire, they were like, yeah, we'll serve you like wine and stuff or whatever, but we can't open the kitchen. And Rob's like, you like open the kitchen. I want a steak really bad. None of us were really hungry, but like Rob really wanted a steak. And they're like, well, the chef is literally smoking a cigarette outside right now. Like there's no way we're opening the kitchen. And somehow the chef came back up and like made us steak, and it was delicious. Oh yeah. And that became our spot. So Haywire right there in Plano became our spot for the longest time. And it is a beautiful, so it's a beautiful spot, but back to Good. the vision behind it, you're saying like because you kind of already did this within Guggen Squad, you had some guys who were running like doing the content and stuff, and then I guess you were like, I remember looking back and you were called like Manager Matt. They used to always call you Manager Matt.
That's what I got nicknamed.
That was your nickname.
Yeah.
And so you pretty much operated everything over there for Guggen Squad, right?
Yeah, I mean, it started the way the relationships actually started was I was running a merch company like that did everybody's merch, not just in the Guggen Squad, but like a lot of different influencers and creators merch, and we did everything like made the product, warehoused it, fulfilled it, ran all the websites, did all the stuff, and so through that's how we all met, and then just like it kind of naturally just worked. Like I started working with them, like building their merch, then started doing like deals with them and stuff, and then we built Guggen Squad, which then turned into what it became. So I just at one point like I got put in some videos and like they just called me Manager Matt, and like that's where the nickname kind of came from, I guess.
Right.
Now you guys just call me Kendrick, which no one in my life calls me that except for you guys.
Really?
Only good.
Only yeah.
Has anybody ever called you Kendi before me?
Yeah, people have called me Kendi. Maddie is the one that usually gets thrown at me, but you guys are the only people that I know that call me Kendrick.
Yeah, we decided
There's two Matts.
It's funny, we don't call anybody Matt in the group. Nobody's called Matt.
It's only last name.
It's Sharf or Kendrick.
Yeah.
Was it just because I actually have never heard this officially, off record or on record. Why did you guys choose to kind of like scout us out? Because we were obviously doing content in golf. Was it just because we were kind of the only people doing more group style stuff in YouTube? Because it was just me, Matt, and Steve and Micah, essentially. It was like us four kind of doing our personal channels and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you guys kind of saw that as more of like, okay, we could probably form this into a business with them, or because we didn't reach out to you guys. I mean,
yeah,
y'all reached out to us.
That's a good question because I don't really remember. I remember though, like I didn't know. I knew you. I knew who you were, but that was it. I didn't know anybody else at the time. But also, like, you can go back. There's actually a Guggen video with God, what's his name? He was a YouTube. He did YouTube stuff. He was older and he was based in Jacksonville, Florida. What's his name?
Andrew Jensen.
Andrew Jensen. Yes.
Yeah.
So
what a pull out of me. How did I know that?
Yeah. So actually tried to like start like figuring out how to build this golf side of it. And we brought Andrew Jensen over to a Guggen Squad video, like just like randomly, because he was like the only like I remember seeing some of his videos. This was probably like 2017 or 2018-ish, somewhere around there. I remember seeing his videos and Luke Kwan. I remember Luke he was doing videos back then too. And so it was just trying to like find any talent that was in the golf space. And obviously Rick was there, but lived in Europe. So that was a little different situation, but I don't like, and then meeting you and Micah, obviously we hit it off that night, and then meeting Steve and Matt later, and we all like, I remember you guys coming, we like go fishing and go shoot guns over at the ranch that we were doing Guggen Squad stuff and like hanging out. And it was just like, I think we just realized like it was just this was the crew, like this was the crew to go run with it.
Happened naturally, I guess.
It wasn't like, I don't even think it was like we like sought you out. Like it just, we happened to meet, and then it just started happening after that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember back when we met, like I was a Guggen fan. I remember growing up because me and Steve, we bass fish and all that stuff. Like we used to watch those videos all the time. So when you said that you guys were kind of like a part of Guggen, and then I remember like meeting Lunkers too, we were kind of like starstruck in a sense. And then all of a sudden we started a golf company together, which is sick. So anyways.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Doing a podcast in your closet.
Doing a podcast in my closet.
Hot closet.
Yeah.
It's hot. We kind of have different questions about like day in the life as CEO, what you do, but I guess like when Good like started, obviously, like do you remember when you turned the first profit, or like the first profitable month for the company? Does that stick out at all?
I mean, that was like, well, when did we start? September was when we started. I think was the time of year that we started. I think by Christmas, like we were profitable. We turned a profit within the first quarter of the company. Like we've never not been profitable besides probably like the first month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we came out with merch like quick.
Yeah, maybe not even, because I remember we came out with T-shirts and hoodies pretty quickly.
Yeah,
didn't
we did that like before the holidays, like ready for holiday season. So I think we'd been profitable like basically day one. There was like a small investment into it, but that was to like get the house, move you guys. Like had some other expenses, like you guys were getting Airbnbs, and then we did a trip. So yeah, it was basically profitable like day one.
Was it like a brand new YouTube channel, or was it an existing channel that you got like, or how did you guys like funnel people to that new channel?
Just through our personals mostly. I feel like it was GM Golf and then like all of our own separate things. Because I even talked about this when we launched Good. We all had our separate like merchandise too. Like Sharp had his like merch that we were doing through the same company, the fulfillment of Kendrick, and then I had my GM stuff. But we quickly realized we were like, doing this alone is not going to yield any value. Like if we just all go in on this one big fish, it's going to go nuclear. And that's when we just decided to just do good apparel, you know?
Which we started working that like the day that we all started. When we started Good, like, yeah, we came out with the merch, but we were like working on polos and stuff like basically day one. It just didn't come out till like April, I think, the next year.
I feel like you guys were almost working on that before we launched our first video.
So that same company was doing all of Guggen's stuff, and we had already started like work, like we were doing like fishing polos and things like that, which was like we could easily turn around and basically translate into golf polos at some point.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because there wasn't, I mean, well, going back to like the initial investment, I feel like we definitely got very lucky launching. Maybe not lucky. Like we knew that it was probably going to do well, like the channel. It wasn't a guarantee, obviously, because we had never done a group channel together. But when we launched it, like that first month, I think we made like a good amount of AdSense just through the YouTube channel.
That's what I was going to say. Remember, it was off. AdSense was off until like December, I think.
Was it really?
Yeah. I remember we just hadn't turned it on or something.
What? We just didn't turn AdSense on until December?
I remember like someone was like, did we turn on AdSense? Like we had been posting like Danzante.
Yeah.
Because we were starting everything else.
Kendrick's like, this is news to me.
Dang! We could have made so much more money.
We could have made at least. That's hilarious.
I remember that.
So do you remember when the apparel launched?
It was April, which that was the that second tournament, or the second weekend of April tournament.
It was April 1st. Yeah. It was April 1st.
Oh, it was April Fool's Day.
Yeah, remember? Because we were getting clowned in the comments.
I do remember that. God, yeah, this feels like an eternity ago. Yes.
I know, right? But so were you? I'm curious because we were sitting in the old. I'll probably expose some things that I'm not supposed to, but we were sitting in the old Good house, and Max and Colin's little editing hole when we launched the apparel. We had no clue if like at this time it was just a concept. We just didn't know if it was going to work, and we were looking at the numbers. Did you look at the website when we launched it?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of times though, I'm looking at like, is everything on or is it selling? Like, not how much are we selling. But yes, I was watching it.
We made over $100,000 in 8 minutes.
That was a good day.
What?
In the first 8 minutes of dropping our apparel. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Because at the time, we literally had no clue, like, is this going to work or not? It was just like, it was a concept. All we were doing was uploading content. And then it was like, all right, this is a big day. Like, people might just not buy this at all. And it was like, I remember we were freaking out. And that's when everyone knew. We're like, all right,
we did sell it out quick.
Were you like watching it like come in? Like you could see every order like flying in?
You could see it for sure.
That's cool.
See where everyone's like buying from, like on the map is pretty cool. Like
the dots would pop up.
Yeah.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Dude.
That's insane.
And then we got a cease and desist letter. So.
Yeah, well, we don't need to talk. Wait, do you want to talk about that?
Because who cares?
Was that the April tournament? Or,
yeah.
Because we can't say.
Was that year or was it the next year?
It was that year.
Was it that year?
It was our second drop. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah. Okay. How did we? Now I'm thinking back, like logistically, how did we do all that?
We leaned into it heavy. I mean,
yeah, we did.
Full when we said it.
We didn't say. We never said it. Only in the video.
You wanted to remember the video title?
Oh yeah, but I also didn't think. I mean, I didn't think anything was wrong with the title. Like if we named all the stuff that, like if we named the collection that'd be a different thing. But like,
was it not named that?
I don't remember. What was it named?
I think it was. Can we say what?
All right,
it was
then
named?
maybe. Yeah,
It was.
You
I
think
think it was,
Augusta's watching this right now.
I think it was literally named the Masters Collection, and I think we literally
We just
named
ran with it?
our first ever Good Major. We named the Good Masters.
Wow, we had some balls.
Did we get flamed for the design?
And the design was literally. It was like.
Well, it
to a
was the
T.
font. I mean, it was kind of their font. That was.
So okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, the first Good Major that we ever posted, you know about this, right?
I know about the season.
Was it at Twin Cheeks?
Yeah,
Cheeks.
Twin Cheeks. First ever Good Major we uploaded was called the Good Masters, and it was insane. It was a great video. It was the only Good Major I've ever won, I believe. I think it's the only one I've ever won.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and of course the video is deleted now, so that's great. But yeah, we walked into the office like a few days after uploading, and we were going for our weekly Tuesday meeting, and we sit down, and Brian's got this big smile on his face. He's kind of like, and we just sit down and we're like, what's going on? And he's like, you want the good news or the bad news? And he tells us, and he's like, the good news is like, or something about like the apparel selling, like the bad news is, or no, the bad news is we got a cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
The good news is it was from Augusta.
But it was like after the weekend. So like Augusta, the Masters had already been played.
Yeah.
So that had already happened, and then also we'd already sold out of all of it. So it was like, okay, well, we sold it. So sure, we'll take it down.
He was like happy. He was like shakers and moved. Like we freaking Augusta saw us.
He was pumped. He was like super
cool.
Everyone was like so excited. We were like, what are you talking? We're gonna get sued by Augusta. Why are you guys happy right now? He's like, well, Augusta noticed us. Like, and it was right after we kind of started, so it was pretty cool experience, I guess.
We should have framed it.
Gosh,
do we still have
it?
I bet if we asked Brian, we should sell it on Whatnot.
Oh,
But-
dude. Yeah.
That could go. That would go for. Ooh.
I'll ask Brian if he still has. Surely he still has it, or somebody has it.
Dude, if he has it, we could put it
back
right
here.
up here. The good.
Should I text him and see?
The cease and
Yes,
desist.
please text him.
Let's see if he still has it. I bet he does. He's really good about. He's really
He's a
good about
collector.
keeping that stuff.
Yeah. What about like the people that have all that merch? Like they didn't have to get like you can't take it back. Like people just have it.
They're
Because
kind of like NFTs, I guess.
Do you remember what we did with it?
Yeah, the leftover that we did have, we gave away at our one of our Chicago live
Yeah,
events.
we did.
We had some left
We
over.
had a
It
little
wasn't
bit
much.
left.
But like,
Yeah, because we turned it off like Monday or Tuesday after the Masters. I think we got it like over the weekend, and then we turned it off.
yeah, we sold out of a lot. And then we had some hoodies. It was mostly like the hoodies left. And so we just threw them out. I got on top of a car and was throwing them to everybody
that's cool.
in Chicago. So if anybody has any of those, let us know. That is the cease and desist drop.
That was like the first meetup, right?
It was like one of the first ones. I think it was like the second one. It was right after Kansas City. We did Kansas City, then
Okay.
Chicago. It was the first big one, I guess.
That's where like people's cars were getting towed, and all
Dude, that
kinds of
was
stuff was happening.
that was a crazy meetup. Yeah, we got in trouble.
Those were the glory days.
Those were the glory days.
I feel like if we did stuff like that now, it would just be way like Augusta would definitely sue us, and then the city of Chicago probably would not have been too happy either.
Yeah, no, I mean literally, we got to be. Our events at least have gotten a little bit more organized now. Like we're definitely better at that. Like we would just show up, no security, nothing, no ropes. People were literally standing on the green as we're hitting at the green, like an absolute liability.
Just mobbing Bubby on the putt. Like,
We found out it is possible to hit somebody at a fan meetup. It is possible.
Yeah.
I actually found that out.
Were there ropes at that one?
No.
Dobson? No.
No.
Gotta have ropes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
well, kind of getting deeper into Good Kendrick, do you have like a point that you recognize like where you think Good peaked, or do you think Good is still, still climbing that hill, or is there like, I don't know, is there anything you think about where like, oh, that was it, like that was peak Good?
I don't think it's peaked. I mean, I will probably never say I think it's peaked because we have so much like on the table of things that we want to do. But has there been like huge milestone moments? Yeah, I think one of the coolest ones was probably the day that we launched the putters. Like that was our first. That was actually our first like real in person thing we ever did. Because I remember we did that like in July, and we had people like camping out to buy these putters of a company that never made a piece of equipment ever, and we actually made a pretty good putter. So, and they sold out that night or that day, whatever. And I thought that was one of the coolest things, like to see people in person for the first time and interact with us. So I think there's a lot of times like that, though, like the Chicago event being one of them. Like we still use clips from that of how cool that was, and Garrett hitting people. So
Yeah, we can that one. Anyways, the putter though, there was 750 people there. All the tickets sold right away, and that was insane. That was insane to see that people would come to like literally buy a product that we released, like a hard good, like an actual putter.
yeah.
And it was pretty good. I will say that original putter, like I still have a couple of them, and they're nice. I use them every once in a while.
We're cooking up some new ones.
Well, speaking of like a lot of things going on, I guess with Good and like a lot of things that have happened, would you say like the most stressful week you've ever had running Good? Well, what would you say that week would be? And like walk us through it. I want to hear about it.
It depends, like what the stress. Like, there's lots of things. I mean, obviously, there's been public things of like people leaving and stuff like that. That's always stressful. But I never look at that as like something that's the most stressful thing I've ever dealt with. But I think the closing of the raise that we did for the investment was maybe some of like the most stressful times of my life. Like that was just chaos. Anything like that is usually extremely stressful, especially like coming to the very end and like everyone trying to agree on things. So that'd probably be up there. Like getting the PGA Tour event done, like I don't know, like that has been something that probably I haven't even talked to you guys a ton about, like everything that went into like closing that deal. I mean, it was down to the wire of just getting pressured from the tour and figuring out, do we have these certain people that are going to help us with this type of thing coming on board and everything. So I mean, anything that has to do with big like transitional moments probably in the company is usually pretty stressful.
Yeah. So I actually want to hear more about those two specific ones, but like we just mentioned for the first time on the podcast, the $45 million raise that we did. And I want to hear more about it from your perspective, because none of us really dealt with it. Like we're just here making content. Like Kendrick was dealing with all the day-to-day, as like you said, getting it done and getting everyone to agree. I mean, that's a lot of freaking money. So I want to hear about those weeks, I guess. What was like, tell me like the hardest parts, why was it hard, and you know, how much effort that took to get it across the finish line.
You know, there's just a lot of people involved in it, not just from like our side of it with everybody that's, you know, has equity and shares in the company, and you know, getting the board to get on board with everything if there's changes in a deal or whatever it may be. But then there's the other side of it too, which is the investor side, which is more than just one person also. Like that's a whole group of people and different, you know, there's funds and there's individuals and there's all this stuff. And the thing with the raise too is like it was more about being very strategic on what we're doing, and like how do we make sure that we continue to like build this thing into what we want it to be one day. And it takes a lot of, it's more than money. Like money's a big asset in that, but like people are even more important. And so like making sure you have the right people involved in it, and all of that stuff, and like managing all those relationships. And you know, if you do one thing, it makes one person happy and make somebody else unhappy about it. And so the worst thing in the world is being the middleman, and a lot of times that's where I end up being, is like I have to deal with both sides of everything and make sure everyone's happy, and it just makes it so stressful. So like it's so hard to like quantify like what is so hard about it, other than like there's just always something. If there's not one thing, you know, there's another thing that's going on, so you got to go fix that or figure it out.
Yeah, I would imagine finding the balance with that many people involved, where everyone's going to be on board and super thrilled about it, is going to be, I mean, just naturally that's going to be almost impossible.
They always say the best deal is when you get to the end of it and both sides feel like they're not 1,000% happy. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. So what would you say one of the big things with making that deal with the raise, what would you say like popped out for you where you felt as though, hey, this isn't just a check. These are people that can and will help progress this company in a strategic way, not just, hey, here's money to go do what you want kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's like the moment that we got Omaha Productions to say yes was probably a big moment, which for all of you that don't know, Omaha Productions is Peyton Manning's production company. And so them coming and investing into Good directly was a big deal. Like that felt like that was pretty cool to see. Hey, this is a pretty strategic ad for us. Like everything that Omaha has attached to it. Plus you got Peyton Manning, who loves golf, it's been pretty public how much he loves golf. Also very public. He's an Augusta National member. So maybe that helps us on those relationships.
We got to mend our relationship with Augusta.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
I think that was, and also I felt like that was a turning point in like the deal itself. It's just the structure of it and the way that it was set up and valuations and all that kind of stuff became very real at that moment because you had such a big name. And so I think that was probably the moment that I was like, okay, this feels like we're about to put something together that's pretty special, and like having someone like Peyton's name attached to it was big. And then the fund that's one of the big funds, Manhattan West, that's part of it too. Like they are pretty heavy like in the entertainment and athlete side of things from an investment standpoint, and so their connections on that side of it I think were really huge. And so all of that, like leaning into the fact that yes, they're all bringing money to the table and that helps us, but at the end of the day it's the connections that you get from that, and like what can that do from a content standpoint or from a product standpoint or from a different business development side of things. Like that's what you want to look for if you're looking for strategic partners.
Yeah, that makes sense. And honestly, I think one of the fears that you and I have talked about, but all the guys, like we've all been very wary of never quote unquote selling out. So making a transaction like this is naturally going to be a little scary. But even when I started seeing who was getting involved and like the strategy behind the deal, it made me really excited about it. Not just like scared of, potentially like somebody selling shares and checking out or whatever, but the way we formatted it was very much so a long-term play. Like we're all very much so excited for the future and like how we're going to progress this thing.
Yeah. I've said this publicly, so I'll put it out there, but like the original shareholders still own the majority of the company. So it's not gone. Like it's ours to be honest, like I'm happy that it is. Like we're extremely focused and motivated on like continuing to build something great. Like I told you, I feel like we just got started. Like 5 years that's no time at all. Like,
yeah.
I mean, look what we've done in 5 years. Like what can we do in 15 years?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's crazy to think where Good might be in 10 years from now. I want a good golf course. Can we do that?
That would be sweet.
Can we talk about that? Can that be something we do? I do want to say, guys, we just took a intermission real quick. Shout out to High Noon. We appreciate you guys.
Well, I knew an intermission.
Yeah, well.
That could be a future segment. My cup smells like Play-Doh.
Weird.
It's really weird. Anyways, Kendrick.
Does
so anything with is it okay, this might be weird, but is it a PR thing to call it a raise rather than a sale? Or would it be a sale or
a sale
it's a
would
raise?
be like if we sold all of our shares and like we weren't doing any, like
Sure.
It's an investment. So
Yeah, I like that.
money is going into the bit. Like money didn't come in and all the money go out of the business. Like money came
Yeah.
into the business for us to like do things such as possibly, what does it look like to build a golf course, or what is it? The PGA Tour event does cost initial investment, or building more products, inventory wise takes capital, and hiring people to help us expand internationally. Like all that stuff takes capital. So like it's an investment. It's not a sale. Like a sale would be like, we're just done. See you later.
Yeah.
Peace.
So
had a good day.
This deal, like this quote unquote raise, like this helped us towards this PGA Tour event.
I mean, we were working on it prior to it. I wouldn't say like I would say we would still have done it even if we didn't get the raise. But I would tell you that, I mean, it helps to like have this backing of knowing like, hey, we've got the dollars to do what we want to do and not have to like stress about it as much. For sure.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's the kind of stuff you want to see grow in this company towards your goals, I guess, and everyone's goals with it. But yeah, it's exciting. No, I think it was kind of missed. Like, I wouldn't say misadvertised, but I think a lot of people saw it as like going corporate or selling out. And
Right.
that's not at all what it was.
Glad we could
Yeah.
clear that up here.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, okay. So staying on the PGA Tour event, people want to know if like Brad's playing, Sean's. I know we have the big break, but can you speak on any of that at all?
We have 4 sponsor exemptions. So this is the way the tour events work. Every tour event, the sponsor gets 4 exemptions. Some of them, what do they call them? Exclusive? I can't remember what they call them. Restricted and unrestricted is what they call them. I believe that we have 4 unrestricted. So meaning we don't have to bring. So restricted meaning you'd have to bring in a tour member, an actual tour card holder, to be able to play in 2 of those spots. The other 2 would be unrestricted. That's also how like Monday queues happen. They have the Monday qualifiers and then they get those spots as well. So
Our 4 would be
we've got one to the big break. Oh
me,
yeah.
Steve,
Yep.
Sharp, and Bubby.
You guys gonna play as a 4-man
Scramble. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So we've got 1 spot is reserved already for the big break, which is filming in April. We'll start airing in August, and then like the last episode of that will be actually the week prior to our event will air, and whoever the winner is the next week obviously will be in the event. So Brad and Sean are both in the big break. There's an opportunity to get that exemption, and then we can do whatever we want with the other 4 or the other 3.
Wow.
We'll give people opportunities.
Wow. That's exciting.
No,
yeah.
we'll give people opportunities. I'm definitely not playing. I will tell you that. I'll caddy for someone. Trust me.
But I would say, I mean, obviously we want to see our guys, Brad and Sean, in there.
Definitely. No doubt. Yeah.
Do you have a suggestion on who we should put in?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I want to see Brad and Sean for sure. I was just more curious, like if there was plans
Who
with
would
those
you
spots.
give it to?
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would one of 2 people. I would give it to Matt Metaghetti, or I'm not kidding. That guy's game is the most entertaining thing to watch in my life. It's Alexis Majestowski's boyfriend.
His boy that he played with in the grass league with us, Nick, he was
Yeah.
the guy that Monday queued into the
I know.
Rocket and was like pounding beers after the.
I dude, like Matt's game, Getty. If you're watching this, I do want to see him at a PGA Tour event at some point, so that'd be sick. Or I would love to see Mason as well. So one of those 2 would be sick. Or even just one of them or both of them in the big break. I think like the big break, we haven't talked about it enough. That is such a legendary show. Like, dude, we all grew up. You grew up watching it. I grew up watching it. The fact that Good is bringing back big break is insane. I feel like we're not talking about it enough.
We are not. But I mean, it's gonna be. What's weird is like we're gonna film this thing in April, and like we got to be like tight on not, obviously revealing what's going on, but it's gonna be tough. Like
Yeah.
and I think it's gonna be cool. And then it comes out like at a week at a time. Like we gotta watch it all at once. I don't know. That's gonna be kind of different for us.
Yeah, because no one. Oh my gosh, dude, those are gonna have to be some tight, sealed lips NDAs.
Well, the crazy thing is the way that they do it, which you were in there. I think when we had the meeting, like they don't let anybody leave even if they're off the show.
Yeah.
Like they have to stay there the whole time.
So everyone's
Whoa.
gonna know. Yeah, you're trapped.
That's
Once
cool.
You're there. You're
Yeah.
there. Oh my gosh.
That's
okay.
gonna be so entertaining.
Well,
though.
I'm excited for that. I hope everybody at home is too, because it is going to be a really special thing to bring back a show that we all knew and loved. I mean, the greatest golf show of all time.
Did you really hit the glass 5 times in a row?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
So
That was real?
if anybody can't hit the glass, you guys suck.
That was farther away. Too.
It was way further. Yeah. That was actually nuts. I will say that was kind of crazy.
So how did that partnership actually come to fruition? Was that through NBC?
Yeah, so the whole like beginnings of Golf Channel and us started 3+ years ago. I went to Golf Channel. I met them, funny enough, at the Masters. I met them for the first time, and we sat down, had dinner, and I said, "Hey, we'd really love to bring the big break back. That was the thing I was pitching them whenever we first met. It wasn't about the live event stuff that we've been doing. And they were very, I mean, it was something they were super protective about, which I get it. Like, it's the most successful, like, original programming thing that they've ever done. Like, it was very near and dear to them, and it had been gone for like a decade at that point. And I think they were just looking for the right, and a lot of people had come and said, let's reboot it. Let's redo this thing. And they've said no to like a lot of people and a lot of opportunities. And so we kicked the tires on it. They were definitely open to it. They were open to the conversation. I think they wanted to like work with us a little bit in other ways first. And so then we did the very first live event with them, which was at the first Desert Open during Waste Management Week on Wednesday, and was a huge success. Like, that was such a cool, I mean, that was like the first big live event moment ever in YouTube golf, and cool to bring like all those people together. And then we were on Peacock for that one was the deal, but it went so well. You know, we kept doing them. We did the next one, which was the Midwest Open, and then through that opened the door for them to be like, all right, let's think of like some other really creative concepts that we can do together. And then the big break came back. So it took 3 years to put that 3+ years to put that deal together. Crazy. And then to add on to that, at the same time, try to get a PGA Tour event to where we have the winner be able to play, which like it lined up perfectly. So it all worked out. It just took forever.
Just an insane real life parlay right there.
It was a real life parlay. Right?
I mean, that's so sick. We hit. Greened everything.
Greened everything.
We do have the cease and desist from.
Are you kidding me?
He's got it.
Ask him if we can hang it in the pod room.
I'll ask him if we can. So we do have.
Oh my gosh, we should all sign it. Actually, no. Let's keep it original. Let's keep it untouched.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's
so those seem like some pretty. I wouldn't say difficult conversations, but that's a very crazy thing to have happen and come to fruition. What would you say like the hardest conversation you've ever had with like somebody within the group has been? Because there have been, I mean, we're talking about a lot of positives here, obviously, which is great, but there have been ups and downs. I mean, as any group would have.
Oh man, this is one I have to think about.
That's a good thing, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would have to think about that too if I was you. Take your time. I mean, meanwhile, we can talk about our
I think
sponsor.
the biggest one. I think the biggest one, which gets. I remember the whole conversation around when Michael left, and I remember I was actually in Pinehurst. Were we in We were in Pinehurst together. It was me, you, Grant, and Davis. We're all in Pinehurst.
Why is this trip not even ringing a bell?
I remember on FaceTime you were there with him together.
Yeah, we were in Pinehurst. You and Grant were and Akshay played that day too.
You guys were there.
Yes, me and
You
Davis
were there.
Me and Davis.
I remember.
Yeah.
Now I'm remembering. Dude, all this stuff runs together. That's wild.
And
that completely left my brain. I feel like my memory is terrible.
It was right after putter? No, before putter.
It was right after
putter. So
it was like September, actually.
The initial call, though, I do want to say the initial call, I remember where it was. It wasn't in Pinehurst.
No, I know. Yeah.
But then when things started to really unfold, I was in Pinehurst. Yeah.
And we had the big phone call with all of us. It was more about like, how do we handle the situation? And I remember just like how torn everybody was on the call about like, how do you handle this? And everyone has opinion. I think that was probably the hardest thing of like, you know, it was the first like real adversity we'd ever felt, and then seeing how everybody wants to handle a certain situation, and you know, I think that was probably the toughest like conversation, because like that was the first real let's go figure something tough out.
Yeah. I don't remember that conversation.
It was late too.
I remember it.
And I remember I was standing outside. It was me and Davis. We were standing outside. I was trying to go to the pub. I was trying to go get a drink.
I remember that pub. Okay, I'm remembering it now.
You remember?
Yes, I wore my freaking dark brown flannel. I wasn't drinking at the time. I hadn't drank. This is probably bad. But I remember I showed up to the pub after the phone call.
Yeah.
I do remember I walked downstairs because I can't remember what it was called, but it was a little local
Dugan's.
pub.
It was called Dugan's.
Dugan's, yes. Dude, I was wearing
I'm
my
sure
freaking
if you've been to
flannel,
Pinehurst, you've been to Dugan's.
and I think I had a drink that night because I was like, dang, this sucks. Which
Yeah.
is maybe
It
don't
was
leave
funny.
that.
I
condone.
remember it was like an
Don't
hour-long
condone.
phone call, and like Davis heard me like Davis was kind of like sitting off to the side. Wasn't like but he could tell like it was pretty heated. And I hung up the phone and I said, "We're going in this pub." And he goes, "Yeah, I know." And we go in there and I said, they were like, "We're about to close up." I was like, "That's fine. Give me 2 Coors Lights and 2 tequila shots."
Yep.
And when they said, "Are you sure?" We were like, "Yeah. I need this now."
I do remember this.
And then they kept the pub open for like a little bit after that. It was great.
Dugans,
nice.
It
man.
was a good way to finish that call.
You, me, Hector, Nahid, and Brian went to get sushi. I don't know if you remember this. And it was when we were trying to figure out what we were going to do after Micah like said he was going to leave. And I remember the
I don't remember that
conversation
one.
was like, how do you not remember this one?
Was it at the little sushi spot down from
Yeah.
the office?
Yeah, right down
I
from
don't
the old
remember-
office.
I guess I don't remember that.
I sat down and you guys were like, basically the premise of the conversation was like, Micah is like, he just said he's leaving, but there was no real, what was the plan? There was no like, I mean, he literally just said, I'm leaving, but he's, you know, he's a founder of this company. Like he helped start this company. Like he has a position, like he has a piece of this pie. Like, what do we do to figure this out? And I remember we talked for like 2 hours eating sushi. That's one conversation that I remember was very hard because we were trying to figure out like, how do we get Micah actually out of the company? Like he wants to leave. How does he leave?
And it went on for a long time.
It went on for a very long time. Should we talk about that or not? Probably not.
No. We'll bring Mike on for that one.
We're
Well,
trying.
Micah
we're trying to
actually
get
said,
that.
yeah. Micah said he's going to do an episode. So
Oh, great.
When we're in Florida, we could try to snag that too, like with a cool backdrop, and yeah. So maybe we'll hear more about this in a coming episode.
I will say, like, I feel like everyone did what, even Mike, like, there's no hard feelings like, at all. Like, I get why he, you know, everyone needs to do whatever they feel like they need to do. I think it was just a whole different new situation for everybody. So it was fine.
yeah.
We're all good now. We're all,
Everyone's one big happy.
you're still
family.
cousins.
Yeah, dude, he is still my cousin, believe it or not.
I still say hi to Mike every time I see him. Like, I love Mike. I'm glad he started with us.
Yeah, I am too. And you know what? There is a reunion video or two coming within the next 2 weeks. So everybody stay tuned for that.
Lock in.
We're bringing back the OG crew. Speaking of Micah. That'd be crazy.
Is there anything that like you think people believe about Good that is not true? Or anything like maybe with those people leaving?
Where do you want to? You want to just go down the Reddit page? Like, where do you want to
Sure.
start?
I mean, yeah. What's like the craziest like rumor?
Let's
that
go look
you-
up Reddit.
I guess I really don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that I don't know. I mean, can you give me something that give me like true or false? Can you give me a true or false?
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
This
Can
is
we-
a
can we
fun
hit Reddit?
game.
I mean, what about like the kitchen sink?
The kitchen sink. I will say like, I don't. Do we want to?
No, we don't want to talk about that. I don't think we should.
Why
I don't
not?
know.
We're on a
Should we?
podcast.
I mean,
All
yeah.
right,
Did
yeah.
we offer Grant a lot? Yes, there was a lot. Like there was a lot offered, and you got to remember too, like the company at that time, like we were maybe 2 years old. Like how old were we at that time? 2, 3? No. What year was that?
2.5, maybe.
If 2021 was like our first full year, when did Grant leave? I don't remember.
I don't know. No, I mean we were probably 2.5.
Well, we hadn't
Or
signed
two-
the Callaway
two.
deal, so we had to have been 2 years old, but
Yeah.
barely even 2.
Yeah.
So, and actually, it was actually right after the Piners. It was when we went after Stream Song, anyways.
It was crazy. They kind of like they hit us with a 1-2 parlay. It was like Micah left, and
it
then
was
that was
after the
like that
putter.
was the little jab, and then Grant was the right hook.
So
And
it was
we were
after the
knocked
putter.
out.
So it had to have been like we were not even that old of a company. Like, so it's not like we had just endless things to offer at that time. Like we had equity in which was offered, and we had cash which was offered. So I mean, we offered everything we could. Like, we just could we have offered more today? Absolutely, but
And we would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, obviously. That's what I did mention in the podcast of me when we were talking was like, at the time, that was, I mean, dude, he was offered more than any of us were getting paid in the company. Like, more than I was getting paid, any of the guys on camera or getting paid. Like, we knew he was the MVP of the company, so we did whatever it took. And one thing that I did want to mention, maybe we don't need to say this, I don't really know. So when he initially was leaving, one of the big things was the Callaway deal, which he spoke about on the podcast. One thing that I do want to say is we got it to a point where in the offer to Grant, we told him he didn't need to be a part of the Callaway deal.
Yeah, we did tell.
Over a
I
phone
did
call.
get Callaway to say that they didn't need to include him.
Yeah, and he could do, because at the time, we're exposing a lot here. At the time when Grant was leaving, he had an offer from a club fitting company called Cool Clubs. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about
they
all
offered
about this.
they offered to pay him a salary. It was like this big deal for him. So we finally got to a point, because one of the big issues that we had was like, I don't know, we're doing Callaway. How's that going to look if we're like one of the guys is doing this, and then, you know, we have the Callaway deal over here. But that was one of the big things, was he's like, I want to do this Cool Clubs deal. So we got to a point where we offered him more of a salary than any of us were getting paid, some equity. And then we also said, hey, you don't need to do the Callaway deal. We got them to sign off on this, or tell us verbally, you know, hey, it's going to be okay that you go and do this Cool Clubs deal. And then something happened where, you know, he didn't speak about it on the podcast, but I know something must have happened where, like, there was more to it where he wanted to still leave. And I remember, like, we were all pretty shocked when they signed with TaylorMade. We were all like, whoa. It was kind of like a little bit of a...
Because I think the hard part was, you're right. Like, I felt like... I felt like the only thing is there was never, like, a real negotiation. It was kind of like, hey, I got this Cool Clubs thing. I want to do this. And we're like, okay, fine. We'll figure that out. And it's like one thing after another. Well, fine, we'll figure it out. And it's like, we never really figured it out.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That was the hard part. I don't really want to rehash it. Water under it's so long. Like,
Yeah.
It is what it is. And I guess this is the thing there, you know, your question about, is there stuff that's out there that's not true or whatever? Like, we're literally, this is everything.
Yeah, that's something that is definitely not true.
Yeah.
That's, like, believed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, it's like you said, there's no reason to, like, I mean, everyone's good, so.
Yeah, no. It was
No
good to have
reason
Grant
to.
on here, and Grant got to. I feel like that was a cool podcast.
That was
Like,
really cool.
Everyone kind of got to rehash and talk about everything. But I think also, like, with that question, like, I think a lot of people, obviously you have a different role with the company than like we do, but a lot of people think, like, when you're explaining what Good is, it's like it's just YouTube, like, and they don't know all the business behind it and like everything and how many employees are a part of it and what all goes down. I think that's also like for the regular viewer, they don't understand like how much backing and what it actually takes to keep Good rolling.
Yeah, it is a very large, it's getting to a large organization. So, I mean, we're at 40 plus employees right now, and we're looking at hopefully being at closer to 60 here pretty soon. So the expansion is quick. And there is a lot of other, I mean, a lot of that too is to help support more content. I think you're seeing the new channels come on board. Like, you had the girls launch, this podcast is obviously launching. We've got others, mini golf.
Golf starting. Yep.
So things like that, like, continue to figure out how do we support more channels and more growth from a content perspective. But then on the other side of it too is like, yes, there is a whole other piece of this business that's just as big. And, you know, the product side of like, how do we continue to innovate and make the best products that we possibly can in the market, and also find new products, not just apparel. Like, how do we get back into making, we've got some putter stuff, some putter tech coming that I think is going to be pretty cool that we haven't even, I don't even know if I've even talked to you guys about, but
No.
stuff like
let's hear
that.
it.
We've
That's
got
sick,
some other
though.
products that are coming out that we haven't touched yet in for Good. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. And then obviously, like, from the event standpoint, you know, we've got the PGA Tour, and then we've got, you know, ancillary like other content that was not like traditional content that we've done in the past, like Big Break, and like how do we find other places to put stuff, like how do we get into Netflix and how do we get into Amazon Prime and all these kinds of things. Like, all of that just takes so much to like do. And, you know, you guys are on camera, it's like that's where you guys got to be focused on making great content. Like, let's find other parts of the team that can help figure out how do we put that content in the right places and how do we create new content and all that. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
When it gets this big, it just takes a lot of people to run it. And then if you want to continue building new and fun things, like you need people and manpower.
Yeah, that's such a good point. It's crazy to think that we have almost over 40 employees. That's nuts. Dude, I remember when it was like literally a few of us.
Like us in the room.
Yeah, like literally
You
us.
could literally put all of us in the room in this one room.
Colin and maybe a few others, and it's like it's crazy. I don't know. It's still wild to me. Do you feel like there was a decision that fans might hate if they knew the full business reason behind it or something like that?
I don't think so. I mean, I honestly, I can't think of. Do you?
No, I don't think so. It's just a question we had on the prompt.
I'm trying to think of something that we've done that I was just like, well, I don't know.
Even the apparel. I remember we were specific about calling it apparel.
We were never going to call it merch because it's
I
not.
feel like it's kind of the opposite of what you said. It's like we just wanted from the beginning for people to know it wasn't like a T-shirt with just a T-shirt with a name on it. It was legitimate.
That's a good thing to mention because I do remember when we launched the apparel, everyone was like complaining how expensive it was for YouTube merch. Mm-hmm. And that was like the perception that was incorrect, was everybody online thought good apparel was just another YouTuber's merch, which are like, oh, we can get a T-shirt for $30 of our favorite YouTuber. Why are we paying, whatever it was, $70 for a polo? But our prices were competitive.
Prices are still extremely competitive. Like you look at us compared to the market, it's still significantly it's very competitively priced. When you're talking, like if you want to talk about the other brands, like look at Peter Millar, like go walk into a pro shop and go tell me what these prices are. Like we are not even close to them right now.
It's crazy. It's $100 plus.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Nuts. Now.
Yeah. Dude, it's getting out of hand. Those tariffs, man.
What?
Tariffs. That actually has been one of the worst things to deal with this year.
Wait,
Really?
talk about the tariffs, though. Can you tell me about like the impact that's had on our business? Because I feel like we're not talking about that.
I would say tariffs have a very big impact on they have a big impact on every business that you're dealing with. Any consumer deals with right now. Like if you were to like put it, like quantify it, you're talking, 15 to 20% differences in products.
Oh, wow.
It depends on what countries they're from. So like we are very good about, our team has been awesome about sourcing from all over the world, not just one place. So like we have factories yes, we do have factories in China, which is one of the tougher ones, but we don't have that much stuff in those places. So it's mainly like, it's not like the main part of our business. It's just certain things that we probably can't get anywhere else. And then it's like Korea, and we're in India, we're in Pakistan, we're looking to move into South America. We're looking at all these places to source product from, and we're in Vietnam is a big one for us too. So it's just, it takes a lot of work to like go figure out this tariff stuff. It's honestly a pain in the ass. Like it's the biggest pain that we deal with on a daily basis.
Have you talked to like Trump or anything about getting like an exemption on apparel?
I did not talk directly to him, but there was a letter written to the administration with us and us and Roback came together and looked at, talking directly to the Trump organization about how, hey, listen, because the way that the way that they were dealing with the tariffs is, this has got to be the most boring part of the podcast that people will ever hear. But
I think it's we're far enough in. If people want to click off, they can.
So the thing with the tariffs are, the way that they were doing it is the Trump administration looked at each country and was like, okay, they're making a vast majority of their money off of exporting these items back to the U.S. So let's say China, let's use China for example. So if a lot of theirs is like consumer goods, then the administration would come and be like, okay, well then we need to hit them with a bunch of tariffs because of this is what they're making a lot of money off of. So if we had a bunch of stuff coming from, and us and Roback, maybe we had a country that we were both producing a lot of stuff in, and that country's wasn't making a ton of money off of making apparel for the U.S., but they're making a bunch of money off making, chips or something else that they're doing, we would ask for an exemption, being like, this isn't enough money to matter. And so we wrote a letter to the administration saying like, hey, why don't you exempt this country from your tariffs because they're not making that much money off the U.S. It's like less than 0.5% of their revenue from us, and that's what we were writing about. So that's how the
that makes sense. It's actually kind of
There you
genius.
go. There's a long.
cool.
That's why.
So did Trump approve?
No.
That's sick though, dude. It's actually awesome.
So there you go.
Wow.
It's the effort that counts. I guess.
International business information there.
Dealing with China.
China.
What would you say the biggest financial risk is that you've taken on with Go Good? Like, what's the riskiest play you've ever done?
I feel like I even know this.
Well, I'd love to hear what you say.
I think the PGA Tour event.
I
Because
mean,
it's never even been close to been done before, so we don't even know yet. Like from a YouTube,
it is definitely a
YouTuber.
risk. Oh yeah, it's definitely risky from that standpoint. But I mean, I think when you look at, I feel like it's risky. I mean, it's risky every year, like because when you're purchasing inventory for what we do, so all this apparel and everything, like we are purchasing right now in summer and fall of 26. So we've already bought everything that's happened that we have for spring, anything that's coming out in summer, like all that stuff's been purchased. It's either in production, it's on the water, whatever it may be. It's like your inventory risk goes up because every year it's like, well, you got to keep growing. So that means you have to buy more inventory to continue that growth. And so it's like, yeah, the PGA Tour event might be a risk, but at the same time, like every bit of inventory that we buy is a risk. Like what happens if it doesn't sell? Like what happens if there's a recession or there's something crazy that happens in the markets that people can't afford to continue to buy product. Like all that stuff is risky. So I think, you're just outlaying capital for hopefully to receive revenue back. I mean, it's always risky. I think the tour event is definitely risky. We're pushing. I will say the tour has been very good with us on like helping us find different ways that we can recoup some of those costs. Like we're such a different animal than most title sponsors of a tour event. And on top of that, we're not only a title sponsor, but we're also the host organization, which is also rare. Like we actually run the event. So that's different as well. So we have even more risk with that. But the reason we wanted to do that is so we actually controlled the experience. And so it was actually a good experience when you show up. So I don't know. To be honest, like it's all risky. It's calculated, but it's all risky.
So with the PGA Tour event, one more thing. I know we've talked a lot about it. How many? Because I think we're capped, right? Because of where we're at locationally on fans, right? Maybe. When can fans start buying tickets? That's what I'm trying to ask.
So I think the hospitality packages are going to be going out soon.
Okay.
And then, actually, you know what? I think we're going to release on Ticketmaster tickets, normal tickets on Ticketmaster during the Desert Open.
Okay.
Perfect. I think that's what we're doing.
So February. Yeah. Everyone stay tuned.
Yeah.
Like, set your calendars. Don't miss it, or else, like, because it is capped. Like, we're not going to have an infinite amount of people, so you better lock in, or else you're not going to be there. Anyways, have you ever? This is like to rewind, kind of all over the place, back to, I guess, more the hardships within Good. Do you feel like you've ever chose between a friendship and business, just in general, not Good? I'm talking like you could go back to when you were doing stuff with OKC.
Like, what do you mean?
Like if there's a decision that needs to be made where you're like, all right, I mean, because in a way, like Mike and Grant was, I guess, kind of like that, where it's like there's business and then there's friends involved. Like, would you feel like you've had a situation where you've chose business over a friendship and it might have tainted your relationship a little bit?
Yes. I think anybody that gets into business with friends at some point, and if you're like, if it becomes successful and you go through different hard times, like there's always going to be a point in time that you have to make you're either going to make a business decision or you're going to make a friendship decision. And that's some of the toughest things to do in life. And there's a reason why people always say, like, don't do business with friends. Because at some point it's not like the honeymoon phase gets over and like, maybe you have a bad year or you need to make a tough decision on something and you disagree on it. And then you got to make a business decision. And, sometimes what's best for the business isn't best for your friend, but let's look at it. Look at Good, for example. Like if we're gonna have 60 plus people here soon, and I want to like, if I just make decisions based off of friendship, like, and that hurts 59 other people, that's a bad spot to be in. And so it is tough. Like business and friends is tough, but I also, like, some of my best friends today I do business with. I mean, all you guys in the room I do business with, but we're all friends. But I think everyone also knows, like, we have a business to run, and sometimes you're going to make a decision that makes your friend unhappy, but it helps the greater good. And that's what you gotta, it's tough. It's a tough place to be. Yeah.
It's like keeping the main overarching vision in your mind above all else, kind of thing. And it is, I will say it's very tough, because that's what, at least for me, like all of YouTube stuff has been built on, is like stuff with friends, and doing business with friends. It definitely has its ups and downs. But is there a notable one that you could talk about that you feel like has been the craziest? Business over friend. Is there something like you could spill for the podcast, just so we can get a clip and get it posted on TikTok so we get some views?
Yeah, actually, so the merch company. I would hate for this one to go viral, but
don't clip this one, guys.
The merch company that I started originally was with a friend of mine, and I think we just had two different visions. Which is fine. I'm gonna say it's completely fine that you might have two different visions, like what you want to do with like your life. Like, I've been an entrepreneur since I can remember. Like, I've probably had like one real job in my entire life. Like, everything else has been start a company, build it, run it. I mean, it is a job, but like, I don't look at this as like a true real job to me. But I had a friend, we started this company together. He wanted to probably just have like more, time at home, and like have like, he just wanted the life, I think, that very predictable, and it's fine. Like, it was safe, and everything was, he didn't want to have $100 million+ company one day or anything like that. Like, and I just always had this drive inside of me, like that's what I wanted to build. And so it came to a head at one point, like when this merch company was really doing really well, and like it would take either investment or it took something else and it took risk to take the next step. And like he didn't want to take that, and I did, and we found a way to split and go different ways. And what I ended up doing was taking that company, turning it into, Guggen Squad became a part of it, and we turned it into, then Good at one point was also being supported by it, and I sold it, and it did really well. And he's continued to do the same kind of company that we started, and exactly the way that he wanted to run it, and it's completely fine. But it did, I will say, it ruined our friendship. Like, I think in a sense, like, we're not as close or anything like that. But
you guys ever talk at all, or? We've
talked some, but like not really at all. But I think that was like probably the hardest like thing I've ever had to deal. I mean, he was like one of my best friends, but
was he in your wedding?
No, he was not in my wedding. But yeah, it was. But that was just one of those things. It's like we just had two different paths of like what. I mean, it's just like no different than like Micah. I mean, Micah, he had something that he wanted. He had a life that he wanted to live, and how he wanted to live it, and it probably just didn't fit in how Good was going, and that's fine. And so I think, yeah, we went through a rocky time with Micah, but I feel like we're back on like good terms with Micah at this point. But same thing with me and the guy I started that business with. Like, we both probably got what we wanted at the end of the day, and it's just like we probably just ruined a friendship over it a little bit.
Do you feel like you still resent each other at all?
I have no resentment at all. I can't speak for him. I don't. I would. I'm guessing there probably is, just because we don't like talk, but I'm sure if I just like texted him or called him, it's probably like, that's probably the biggest thing that people don't understand is like, just text. Like, if like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, just text somebody if you need to repair something. It's not that big of a deal.
Let's give him a call. On the pod. Imagine. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, maybe not. That's so, yeah. Dang. I didn't know that, actually.
Oh, sorry.
That's crazy, though.
Now the whole world knows.
Yeah, now everybody knows. Clip it. Everybody, let's make sure that gets a billion views.
Well, obviously we talked about like all the awesome things that Good Good is currently doing and building, but like what's a ceiling that you want to break into in like say the next 3 years? Like what's something that would take it to just the next level?
I mean, I think the next step for us, and we dabbled in it with the putters, and we're about to get back into it with putters again, and then also like some other equipment things. I like we're not done building the golf company that we want to build. You know, we started. I mean, apparel was where we started, and content. Like, I mean, we're building a media and product company, but equipment is on the horizon. Like real like golf equipment from us is on the horizon for sure.
I like that. Is that like with Callaway, or would that be something we want to do on our own?
We have things coming out with Callaway this next year that we're excited about. We've done things with them already. We did the driver. We did the putters. We've done a putter collaboration with them. We've done golf balls, which is funny. I don't. Does anyone know that we actually had golf balls? Like we have golf balls ready to go.
Before
the OG
Callaway's that
ones.
we were saying the OG ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think many people do. I don't. We did the testing though.
We've been selling them on Whatnot.
Have you really?
Yeah.
All right.
We did have actual good golf balls that we did ourselves before Callaway.
We have like tens of thousands of them sitting in a warehouse. Like,
I need to have all of them in my backyard so we can put them to use. Like actually. I'll sell them
so
all.
equipment that's the next step for sure.
It's exciting. Yeah. I mean, all the stuff we've done so far has been awesome. Like I use the Jailbird, the good Jailbird every day. I love the driver head. Garrett has like 5 of the driver heads hoarded in his closet. down
Yeah,
there.
and I don't ever use them, but I do love that thing. That thing's so nice.
Oh yeah.
Has there been an expensive mistake that you feel like you've made within the company?
Expensive mistake. What's Blake cost us?
Okay. Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
That's crazy.
I mean, we've had some products that just like didn't move, but it's not like that big of a deal. Like, not that big of a deal. The camo shorts.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, like nothing's like. There's not been anything I've been like, what are we doing? Situation yet.
Let's go.
Tomorrow that'll pop up. I'm sure at the moment that I've said that, but I don't.
Knock on wood.
I can't think of anything that.
Did we sell sunscreen?
Did we ever?
No, we gave sunscreen.
It was a giveaway. It was like part of a package that we gave away.
So some notable things that happened or have been happening. I want to kind of go through like some investments that Good as a whole has made. Talk to me about like the top investments, because we just said, was there anything a mistake with financial? But like, let's talk about the positives with financial.
Yeah, I think the best investment that we've made, like I guess if you're talking about like from a monetary, like strictly monetary standpoint, would be the Grass League franchise that we bought. That thing has just like, we got on the ground floor, which if no one knows about the Grass League, it's a high stakes par 3 golf league that's got 10 it's 10 franchises in it right now. We have the Dallas franchise, so it's been fun. Like it's a cool environment. It's based out in Scottsdale, so it feels like a kind of like a mini Waste Management when you go out there, and it's just a fun golf tournament. A lot of really good players. Like that's the other thing is really, really good players. In fact, the last event was won by Ryan Ruffles and his sister.
Yeah, Gabby Ruffles.
Ryan and Gabby.
Ryan and Gabby.
And so that one's been a really good investment for us, just from seeing, like being able to get on the ground floor on that. And I think that also just par 3 golf has been pretty interesting. I think a lot of people are getting into golf through par 3 golf and short courses. So pretty cool on that one. And then LAGC, which is the TGL franchise, we got in on that one. Probably is not from like an investment standpoint. Like I don't think we're not going to see like just thousands, hundreds of millions of dollars off of it, but it's been fun to be a part of that franchise and part of that league. And so that one's been good. And then we have an acquisition that we're going to announce coming up soon. So that is going to be in the event space and membership space.
Could you get into specifically how much we spent on those teams?
Yeah, on the grass league.
Like
No,
grass
I
league and
can't-
TGL?
I can't.
Okay.
It's
all good.
Due to league documents.
Yeah, no, that's all good. Yeah.
Quick.
See, we're just looking for clips here, Kendrick.
Okay. We got in at a very good number on the grass league.
Mm-hmm.
There was just a team sold that it was public, like that it went for $1 million. So like
Wow.
we're seeing a good return on that one.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
that's great.
wow.
Shout out the grass league, man. Dallas Horsemen. I'll go play in the next one. Okay, well, I feel like that wraps up most of the crazy stuff that we talked about today. But we do want to do we do this thing. We do like a little rapid fire segment at the end.
All right.
And then we're going to put you through, I guess, the podcast gauntlet in the backyard. So good luck for that.
Get ready.
What is it?
Did you bring your bathing
Do we
suit?
swim?
No, actually, you don't need your bathing suit.
All
We have a
right.
towel.
Rip it into rapid fire here, Kendi. Here you go. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? First thing.
I take a shower.
Shower.
First thing.
Okay. What are you most proud of in your life?
My kids.
Yeah. What's
Good
your
answer.
What's your biggest motivation?
My kids and wife.
Heck yeah. Is talent or work ethic more important?
Ooh.
Work ethic.
Yeah, I've spoken like a true Kevin Durant fan.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Easy money
Yeah.
sniper. Does money buy happiness?
No.
Okay. Dream collab for Good.
I mean, it's got to be Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Jordan or
Yeah,
Jordan Speed?
Michael Jordan. Sorry.
The GOAT. Where will Good be in 5 years?
Top 5 brand in golf.
What's a trait that you tolerate the least?
Being late.
Valid. Loyalty or performance?
Loyalty.
And then how do you earn Matt Kendrick's trust?
Making money.
Be on time.
We on time. Okay. All right.
Is that all of them?
That's all I got. Yeah. Just some quick ones. You got any extras? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Oh, I said now Logan cut this out. Over a month ago, I said the Texans are winning the Super Bowl. Over a month ago. Before they were even close to being into the Super Bowl. So I just want to say, I still stand by that. Or the Jags. Give me the Jags.
Ooh, the Jags are. That's a sleeper one that no
Trevor's
one's
Give me
really
the
been
Jags.
talking. No one's been talking about
Give me
that
the
one.
Jags or the Texans. That's who I got. Go ahead, Kendrick. Now you answer.
I think it's to me. It's between the Bills or the Niners to me. But
They do look good.
I'm gonna go with the Niners.
Purdy looks nice.
I'm going to say this. Oh, gosh. This could really come back to bite me. I think there's a couple frauds in the league right now.
You want to go through them?
Chargers,
I agree.
absolute frauds.
Absolutely. Rams.
On the brink of being frauds, yeah. I will say losing to the Falcons was tough.
Broncos?
Yes, absolute
I agree
frauds.
with that one.
Absolute frauds. They're not putting enough points up on the board. They remind me of the Chiefs last year a little bit, their season. Got a little lucky on the one-score games.
Definitely.
I hate to say this because I love the Patriots this year. Their schedule has been way too easy. They just
agree with
had way too many easy matchups this year. I'm not going to say they're frauds just because Drake is, I mean, he's a dog, but they might be little frauds.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I think the Patriots are overhyped.
Yeah. But I kind of like them this year.
Henderson.
Can we talk about a sport that I actually do follow heavily?
Hockey.
NBA?
The NBA.
Yeah, you're OKC
Well,
Thunder.
Jokic just
Let me go ahead and
Jokic
just
is
slap it
out
on
for
the
4
table.
weeks, right? Did you see
Yeah, but
that?
it's just a hyper extension. He'll be back.
Yeah. Who's MVP this year?
Shea.
Okay. I like that.
Not even close.
Free throw merchant.
Oh, do we really want to go? Do we really want to throw the stats up on that? You want to see where he lives on the free throw line this year?
I'm kidding. Shea is a dog. You got to give it to him. And honestly, OKC is like, they're kind of, that's all you guys got though. I mean,
It's
over
literally
there.
the only sport that's in town.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. I mean, kind of same with the Chiefs and Kansas City, I guess.
You guys have soccer too,
Royals.
Yeah. I mean, Royals, yeah.
and the
soccer.
Royals. So, would you like to retract your statement?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up. Yeah, G.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Wrap it.
Kendrick, we appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Means a lot. Good chatting with you again.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
Good speaking with you.
If you guys don't know this, what we do is we take the guests, we go play in the backyard. That will be a separate clip, so our Spotify listeners will not be seeing that.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be in this YouTube, but not in the Spotify, obviously.
Correct. So also, if you're on Spotify, make sure you drop a follow. We're trying to grow that up. And yeah, we appreciate Kendrick. We got some fun guests lined up the rest of the month. Garrett, anything?
Thank you all. Subscribe now, please.
Now.
Thank you.
Peace.
Kendrick's going through the podcast gauntlet. Oh, Asher's going crazy. No warm-ups, not allowed. The score to beat is currently...
how it bounces out here. Don't know anything.
You'll be fine. Score to beat is 2 under par, 6-hole Clark National. All right, we're going to Brad's Crevice, hole number 1.
What's one's Brad's crevice? Actually, that's good.
I think Kendrick beats Garrett.
All right, let's see. Watch him miss this right. Oh, lucky little guy. Lucky. All right, this one is Steve's glory.
What is Steve's glory?
Oh,
That was so close.
you're lucky because there's no lead.
Were you told you were going to be doing this today?
No, it wasn't told. Come on.
Oh, you lucky son
Uh-oh.
of a duck. All right, that tee box to Mo slope.
Close.
You Blake, remember your route this one?
Yeah, shut up, Max.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now you're pinned.
And now,
This right here is for par. This is literally for par, Kendrick.
and
It's
Garrett's
not good.
ruthless on these.
Oh wow. Okay, this would be a great bogey save.
Is it best off the fence though?
I like it off the fence. It's safe.
You said it was safe, Blake.
It's always safe, Matt.
It does not bounce off the fence. Whoever plays this
That's
after
what-
me, it does not bounce off the fence.
Okay, lucky.
Lucky.
All right, even par. Oh my. Ah! That's a big tee! That's a big tee! Here you go, buddy. This could get really ugly. It's got to go for the hole in one. Shot number 3. On its way.
Same bounce? Nope.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be a great bogey for the record. Line it up. You lined it up. It's in the heart. No.
The OB's hurt here.
All right. Yikes. Yikes. Okay.
Straight up the hill. A little left to righter. No.
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
Oh, last place. He's flirting with it, Blake.
I would love nothing more than to tie with him.
You got your wish.
The leaf almost kicked it in.
That thing went straight the other direction off that face. Blake,
Good match, sir.
Thanks for coming on,
done.
Matt. We appreciate it.
I'm glad I can be you. This is actually a tough golf course.
The slope rating is like it's
Yeah.
like 6 over par.
There's gonna be some massive numbers out here.
Can't
Like,
wait to see it.
Yeah.
Like non-golfer guests. It's
Yeah.
gonna be nuts. Yeah.
I need to see Bob come back out here. And
Bob
do
would
this.
have put a bunch in that pool. There
He probably
been
would
a
have
few over
broke a
there.
window on my neighbor's house. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, that podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in. The Matt Kendrick episode. See you guys in the next one. Peace.